Okay, 3 little words, 5 syllables, and you know what? They're responsible for more capped grades in AQA Geography Paper 2 than pretty much any other mistake I see. So today, we are going to find this phrase, we're going to bury it, and we are going to replace it with something that actually scores. All right, let's get into it. Yep, you guessed it, jobs and money. Seriously, I see this in every single set of scripts I look at. A student gets a question, maybe on TNCs or Megacity growth, and the second they have to explain the economic side of things, out it comes. It brings jobs and money to the area. And you could just imagine the examiner, right? They've read that exact phrase 400 times that day. They just sigh, give it a level 4, and move on. So today, we are getting rid of this for good. So if we can't say jobs and money, what do we say? Well, we're going to replace that super simple starting point with what is honestly the single most powerful tool you have in human geography, the multiplier effect. This right here is the difference between a grade 5 and a grade 9 answer. It's that big a deal. See, when you just write that a TNC brings money into a country, you're only telling the very beginning of the story. And the examiner, they don't want just the first chapter. They want the whole book. They need to see that you get the entire chain of events, how that initial cash injection actually ripples and moves through the whole economy. Okay, so let's walk through this, because this is the full chain. It all kicks off with the TNC creating direct jobs. Simple enough. But then, those workers, they now have disposable income, money to spend. And where do they spend it? At local shops, cafes, services. Now, this pumps money into those local businesses, which means they can grow and hire more people. And as this whole cycle spins up, the government's tax revenue goes up too. What can they do with that extra tax money? Well, they can invest it back into things like new roads, schools, hospitals, better infrastructure. And guess what that shiny new infrastructure does? It attracts even more investment. You see, that whole connected, logical chain, that is your grade 9 answer right there. Okay, let's tackle the next common trap. This one is all about megacity growth. I see so many vague answers on this, but here's the secret. The examiners are looking for 2 very specific drivers of that growth. So on the left, you've got the classic, kind of weak answer. People move there for jobs and a better life. Look, that'll probably scrape you 1 mark because, yeah, you've mentioned migration. But that's it. It stops there. The key thing to remember is this. You have to name both of the distinct drivers you see on the right to have any shot at the top marks. So, the first driver is rural-urban migration. Pretty self-explanatory, right? It's people moving from the countryside into the city. But why? Well, you've got push factors, like machines on farms taking over jobs, literally pushing people out. And then you've got pull factors, like the idea or the perception of better jobs, better schools, and better hospitals in the city, pulling them in. Now, the second driver, which is just as important, is natural increase. And this is the one people often forget. This has nothing to do with people moving in. It's about what's happening to the population already inside the city. Think about it. Young migrant populations tend to have more children, so birth rates are high. At the same time, better healthcare in the city means infant mortality rates drop. So when you have way more babies being born than people passing away, the city's population just grows all on its own. You have to mention both to get those top marks. All right, on to our third big upgrade. This one is all about your vocabulary, especially when you're talking about resource management. Look, the examiners want to see you using proper geographical terms. You have to sound like a geographer, not just someone describing a problem in plain, everyday English. So let's do our first language swap. Instead of saying something simple like, they don't have enough water, you're going to say, the region faces chronic water insecurity. You see how much better that sounds? And you can even add that this is because of a widening deficit, a gap between the water supply and the growing demand. Now that is the language of a top-tier geographer. And it's the exact same idea for food. Don't just write food is running out. No. From now on, you're going to talk about food insecurity. And then you take it a step further. Explain what's causing it. Talk about the really complex stuff like climate change messing with crop yields, or how global politics can disrupt supply chains. And last but not least, energy. Saying energy prices are high is, well, it's just an observation, isn't it? Anyone could say that. A much, much stronger point is to talk about energy insecurity, and then explain the knock-on effects. For example, how it makes countries that rely on imports politically vulnerable. So remember, water insecurity, food insecurity, energy insecurity. Those are your golden phrases. Okay, this brings us to the final move, the big one, the technique that takes a good answer and makes it a truly great grade 9 answer. For any big 9-mark question, you absolutely need a solid counterargument. And the one that almost everyone misses, it's the environmental angle. Just look at the difference here. The weak answer is so vague. Some negative impacts on the environment. It means nothing. But the grade 9 answer, it's powerful because it's specific. It names a place, the Niger Delta. It names a specific impact, ecosystem degradation. And here's the most important part. It connects that environmental damage back to a human cost. It's destroying the fishing grounds that local people depend on to survive. Making that link between the physical and the human, that's what geography is all about. Phew, okay, that was a lot. 4 major upgrades in one go. So let's do a super quick, rapid-fire recap of what we're throwing out and what we're using instead. Okay, number 1, jobs and money. It's gone. We're replacing it with the full multiplier effect chain. Number 2, vague reasons for why cities grow. Nope. You're now naming both rural-urban migration and natural increase. 3, stop using plain English for resource problems. Start using the proper language, insecurity and deficits. And finally, finish off those big 9 markers with a specific, detailed environmental counterargument that you always link back to the impact on people. All right, we've got one more explainer to go. And it's for paper 3, which is, let's be honest, the weirdest exam in the entire AQA qualification. So many students go into it totally unprepared because they're trying to revise facts when it's really a skills paper. We are going to fix that. In our final explainer, we're going to break that paper down completely.
Oh, and before you go, if you want more of this kind of stuff, just comment "grab marks" down below. Seriously, if we can just hit 20 comments, the full vocabulary upgrade guide goes live right here.